Hey guys, enter the stars. And we're going to spend part of today looking at this dollar bill that encompasses uh, Washington, D.C. We're going to look deeper into this. Now, I want to make some corrections right off the bat. First of all, as we're looking at this overlay, we see the pyramid and the all-seeing eye. Now, what we see at the eye of the pyramid is Wendy's. This is a Wendy's restaurant here. And back here it said Gestapo headquarters. That is someone's title that they've given a photograph of the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Okay, that's what this is. It's not the Gestapo headquarters. It's the ATF headquarters in Washington, D.C. Now I'm going to turn this overlay on a couple times so you can see this. It lines up directly with this pyramid, and on the other side of the dollar bill, it lines up with the eagle, which overlays the Capitol building. Again, this is a historical discovery. I'm taking no credit for this or any of the work that I do. This is God. People are saying, why do you have to put the religious aspect into it? It's because it isn't about religion, it's about spirituality. And I take no credit for any of the work that I do on this channel. It's all God. So you can't accept these truths without accepting God. So I'm looking at this alcohol, tobacco, and firearms building, and I see this eye here, which of course is corresponding to the all-seeing eye here. So I did a little research on the ATF, and what I found was stunning. The ATF started under the IRS. And it wasn't until recently, till after 9/11, that it came under the Department of Justice. This is the headquarters building we're just looking at on the map. And the ATF was implemented during Prohibition to control and tax alcohol. Of course, they've controlled and taxed tobacco. Do you see where I'm heading with this? Next, they're going to control and tax your ammunition. Now, Bush was very clever, and after 9/11, he removed the ATF from the Department of Treasury and placed it under the Department of Justice. But all throughout history until 2002, the ATF fell under the IRS. Why? Because that is how they control you, through taxes. And that is how they will make it almost impossible for citizens to have weapons and defend themselves, because the ammunition will be so expensive. It will be a direct means of control. Now, what else can we deduce from the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, and their history and their involvement? Well, these people seem to have a preoccupation with explosives. Now think about that for a minute. Think about the billions of dollars spent on this program and the amount of dangerous explosives that we've had throughout the history since the turn of the century when this was established. And think about how little of an impact that has had, unless it's been a major event like 9/11. Now you can begin to reverse the scales here and understand that maybe these very people are the ones who did the research and maybe hid the research from the public and maybe caused some of these explosions. Oklahoma City, 9/11. Now, of course, these are just pontifications, but when we look at the big picture, we look at what we just discovered with this map that was hiding in plain sight. I mean, this is just simply unbelievable. We're going to zoom out and look at this a couple more times, because I can't even believe this myself. There's the pyramid. There's the eagle over the Capitol building. Let's zoom back in on the eagle here. We're going to pick this apart today. Is what we're going to work on. These are all photographs. Let's turn those off. And look at this. Look at the tail of the eagle as it outlines the lines coming out of the building. Look at the legs, the arrows of the eagle. Look at the wing outline. It's outlined in the trees. The wings. And of course, Pubertus Panem here. And then the stars above. Now, this says U.S. Capitol Visitor Center, which is where the stars are. Someone had asked that question, so I want to clarify that. This building here, Supreme Court Justice, and the Library of Congress, near the stars here. Now, we had identified the Star of David as the 3773 cube star matrix, the 12th and 21st prime numbers, 1221 December 21st, outlining the conception of Jesus Christ. So they're trying to be like the Most High. Now, people have told me, this is evil. No, it didn't start out evil. But guess what? Satan wants to be like the Most High. So in our reality, yeah, it's evil. Someone came on saying I was trying to mislead people, thinking that this was good, and then I was saying Israel was good. No. The Star of David has a much deeper meaning. It is the devil who has counterfeited it and turned it into something horrible in this reality, you see. But all will be revealed by God in the appropriate time. So I'm not here to talk you into anything. I'm here to show you synchronicity so you can deduce your own truth. So I'm looking at Truxton Circle, and I'm like, why is this called Truxton Circle? So I went down that rabbit hole. Now, some of this might be more of like the Grox specialty, because he's really good at this, and he does it consistently and all the time. And he might see things that I don't see here. So I'm looking forward to his analysis on this. But I did some research, and Truxton Circle was actually named after a circle that has now since been demolished in the year 1947. This is Truxton Circle here. So I overlaid the former Truxton Circle, as you can see here, onto the space where the Truxton Circle was. And I found something else amazing. Look at where Truxton Circle falls on the dollar bill. Right at this fold on the dollar bill next to the pyramid. Now this is amazing, because look at the street layout as I toggle this back and forth. As the homes are lined up here, repeating the pattern of the end of this ribbon like structure. Now I want you to look this way. And when we come over here to this part, we see the same thing repeated in this building here. The end of the ribbon. I mean, this is fascinating. It's as if there's some person controlling all this. And we know who this is. We already know. I don't have to tell you who's controlling all of this. Okay? Because you all know. Now, this is a construction firm. Maybe they're in on it. Maybe they know. Maybe they're the people that help build these things and plan these things. But this is very creepy. We're not just seeing things that aren't there. This is really happening. Hopefully I'm demonstrating that to you guys right now. This isn't stretching. This is the truth. And now I'm going to blow your mind again. Because I get attacked for calling out the churches on their 501c3 status. And I get attacked for calling it what it is. Babylon the Great. Now, every time you see one of these little... This is a church symbol. I'm going to zoom in. These are church symbols. Each one of these is a church. Now I want you to look at all the churches underneath the pyramid. Look at this. Simply unbelievable. All of the churches in Washington, D.C., I'm not going to say every single last one of them, but under this dollar bill, they fall under the pyramid. Do you think that's an accident? That is not an accident, you guys. Look over here. In this sector, there are no churches in this sector underneath the eagle. You see this? I'm not making this up. There are no churches under this sector. It's all these government buildings with an M on it, okay? Museums. Then you come over here, past the Mount Vernon. And all these churches fall under the pyramid. Let's zoom in. Look at this. It is loaded with churches. All under your New World Order pyramid. So please, stop attacking me because I'm calling out the churches. Of course the people in the churches are not evil. Got some churches up here too. But many of these churches are falling under this pyramid. People in the churches are not evil. It's the deception. Okay? It's the institution. Just like there are good Catholics. Just like there are good people who love people, who give in their life. This isn't about what denomination you're in. It's about who you are and do you know Christ? Do you know love? Do you know perfect love? Are you slow to anger? Are you compassionate? Are you unselfish? Do you live in the spiritual or do you live in the material? Okay. Let's click back on this overlay too, because I wanted to show you guys Mount Vernon. Let's turn this one off. Now, we showed how this other dollar bill overlaid. I want you to see the outline of this circle in the middle of your screen. The buildings form a giant circle. And look at this. There's Mr. Washington hovering above the giant circle. Can't make this stuff up, you guys. And here on the right, you have the U.S. House of Representatives. On the left part of the shield, you have the U.S. Senate. Back to the Capitol. Now you see the owl in this image. People are like, there's no owl there. There's a freaking owl there. There's the owl, the eagle. The eagle is the owl. Molech. Mentioned in the Bible. Do not sacrifice your children to Molech in the fire. And there it is, hiding in plain sight. You can see it on the dollar bill, but it is made clear when you overlay it over the Capitol building. And there are your houses. House divided cannot stand. Republicans and Democrats. Built on sinking sand. The sand of the hourglass. The figure 8. The infinity symbol. The snake eating its tail. Do not build your beliefs on this house. You must build your beliefs on the rock. Jesus Christ. The truth is clear. Take care and be safe, you guys.